266 and Officer Shield arrive at 2329 Berkeley Road at 5:12 p.m. on May 21st, 2016. Completing a missing persons report as called into dispatch by Doug Detrie at 4:37 p.m. on 5/21/16. Hi there.
Hi.
Is Doug here? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi. Hi.
Hello.
Hi. I'm here for a missing persons report? Okay.
I'm his mom.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where we were going to go here.
Yeah, just come
Okay. Hi there.
Hi.
Who do we got here?
Will Dylan.
Dylan. Do you guys mind if I take a chair?
Go right ahead.
down.
This is Officer Shield. He's riding along today. Can I move this?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I'll move for you.
Yeah. That's all right. I've got plenty of nieces and nephews. I myself know.
Is it okay if I grab a seat?
No, go right ahead.
What a gorgeous day, huh?
Yes, it is.
So what is the information I have is Nicole Vanderheyden?
Yes.
Okay. What's going on?
I haven't nobody's seen or heard from her since last night. I'd say like midnight.
Okay. So tell me who Nicole is.
She's my girlfriend and the mother of Dylan, and
Okay.
she lives here.
Okay.
So it's just very unlike her that she would, especially breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Here.
You know,
Okay.
avid.
Yeah.
So this is not normal behavior for her?
Not at all.
Okay. And you guys live here with mom?
No.
Okay.
They're just over here. They're just over here to.
You reside here?
Yes, just me and Dylan and Nikki. So
Nikki lives here.
he's 6 months.
Okay. Let's start here. NICOLE.
Yes.
Her middle is
D.
and Vanderheyden.
Yes.
Heyden.
Correct.
This is her permanent address?
Yes.
Okay. She doesn't have any apartments that she rents or anything like that? Okay. 2329. How long has she resided here?
Since November. Well, longer than that actually. But
Yeah. I was gonna say
9
right
months.
before the baby
Yeah.
was born. Yeah.
9 months.
She has 2 other children.
Okay.
She's
Yeah, I'll get into that. I just want to get the preliminary. What's her birthday?
March 29th, 1985.
And she is, how old is she?
31.
31, okay. All right. So, last scene, where did you last?
My friend Aaron saw her, he was talking to her and she was upset and walking away down south on Maple Street from like the corner of Howard and Maple.
Okay.
That's what he said.
So back up. So she was out last night?
Yep.
Okay, who was she out with?
Well, she was out with me and we were actually on the west side at the water hole. And then I was on my way down there and she was down at the sardine can with some other friends of mine.
I didn't even grab your full name. Are you Douglas?
Yes.
Okay. Detrie?
Alright, yes.
Okay. So she was out with you and some other friends. Who else was she out with?
Well, Greg and
You're Greg?
Yeah,
Greg, what's your last name?
Matthew, M-A-T-H-U.
Aaron Kalinsky was the last one he was talking to her.
Aaron, how do you spell Kalinsky?
Kulinski.
Okay. So the 3 of you?
Well,
Well,
Crystal Cormier,
yeah.
or Crystal Kane,
Crystal
sorry.
Kane.
That's obviously a female.
Yeah,
Kane?
yeah.
Okay. So, give me the background as to what made her upset. So you're all out, you started out where, on the west side?
Yeah, we were at, actually,
Okay.
we were at what is it called, the Sandlot or whatever, there's a concert there. And that was over with, and then I spoke with her, and she was already in a car with my friends, headed down to the sardine can where we were all going to go down
Who
there.
was she in the car with?
To be honest, I don't really
Okay.
know. I think it was Crystal and Aaron and Darcy.
Mike
I believe.
Gillespie was
Mike
driving.
Gillespie, yeah,
What time do you think that was? She was headed down to the sardine can?
Probably
11:30, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Or no, it was after 11, in between 11 and...
Okay. So she rode with friends down there. Was she upset at that point?
Not,
Okay,
Not
so
that I
she,
knew of,
from what you
yeah.
guys saw, everyone was having a good time?
Yeah.
yeah,
No drama?
yep.
Okay. So then you got to the sardine can?
Yeah, I wasn't even there yet, and
Okay.
then, she had supposedly by Aaron, and I don't know who Aaron was with. He was at a birthday party, so I was just texting him back and forth here, so I don't get all the information.
Yeah.
But he said she was upset and then just like stormed off south on Maple there, and
So Aaron is telling you this on the telephone, or he's texting you
he was
this?
texting me this.
And you
And I
weren't
guess I
even,
spoke to him after, yeah, I talked to him last night too about that. Too.
so before you even got down to the sardine can, he texted you that she just stormed off south on Maple Street.
Well,
He talked to her in the car, and she was all mad.
Who's he?
yeah, I did. yeah.
Okay. What was she mad about?
I don't know. She said I was talking to a girl who I have no idea.
Were you guys drinking?
Yes.
Okay. So when she was in the car with Crystal and her friend, or the other friends, she wasn't with you, she tried talking to you, she was upset then. So she was upset when
Yeah.
you left the bar.
Well, yeah, she wasn't upset when she left the bar. I was in the line for a bathroom. It was there was a long line, so and all of a sudden she was gone,
Okay.
and then
Gone from the
from the
Sandlot?
watering hole, the Sandlot, whatever,
Okay.
same place.
So at what point did you talk to her by the car then?
Well, I was still at the watering hole and I
Yep.
was wondering where she was, and
Yep.
because we were going to go on to the next place as the show was over. And,
Yep.
That's when I talked to her, and that she was with a couple of my other friends, riding with them.
Okay.
And I said I'd be down there shortly. And then
So she was in the car and you're talking car to car with her, or your face, or your,
no, I was inside, and I don't know
or
where they
you're
were
texting
parked.
or calling?
That was actually on the phone. I was talking.
Telephone.
Yep.
Got it. Okay.
And there was a lot of people around there, so it was.
Did you call
a
her, or
brief
did
conversation.
she call you?
I think I called her. I called her that time.
Just to tell her that you were gonna be on your way?
No, I
to-
was wondering where she was.
Oh,
and
okay.
then-
She told you where she was at, but she was definitely upset at that time, thinking maybe she saw you
Oh,
talking to
just all,
somebody,
yeah. 'Cause
Okay.
she had sent me a text saying that.
that she was upset with you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to get the backstory, because if you guys are telling me like this is completely out of the norm for her, it's kind of important to, knock down some details, like, you have an infant
For her.
child here.
Yeah, I was
Right.
sure.
Child.
Yeah,
It's
I mean,
important.
for her not to get upset she might get upset,
Yeah,
often, but she would
Okay.
never do this. She would still come home and for Dylan no matter what.
Do you know how, was she drunk? I mean,
I mean,
I don't know how much drink she could really even have.
that I
but-
saw, she didn't have that many drinks. And I had last gotten her water.
is this the watering hole? The watering hole, I gotta be honest, I don't know Green Bay,
Bell.
okay, so
Yep.
is that the bar place?
Yep.
Okay.
With the big volleyball court area.
Yeah, so they had a band inside?
Yep.
Okay. She's 31. Do they check, a lot of times at like outdoor events or indoor events, they band you or they do
Bracelets
something?
and stamps, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
she would have had a bracelet on. like
Okay.
it was a pink bracelet for the
Okay.
21 verification.
Okay. All right, so then when you got to this, you didn't even get to the sardine can, and your friend Aaron texted you. What did Aaron say?
Just said, actually, what was that even? Let's see here.
So when you guys left, I'm gonna backtrack here while you're looking that up. When you left last night here, who was here with the baby?
Her friend, Dallas.
Okay.
Was babysitting. Dylan.
Okay, Dylan, okay, so what time did you guys actually go out?
8 o'clock is when we, she came out with just me. I drove
Oh.
over there, my car's still there.
Okay,
So,
alright, back to Aaron, sorry. Aaron texted you?
no, actually he didn't even, so I must have talked to him. That was when we got to the sardine can.
Aaron Kalinsky.
Yeah, and he said she was just upset, and we had actually talked to her. I was called her on the way down. He was driving, and you actually talked to her.
Talked to her. She's mad. She was walking. She was trying to get her to tell us where she was. I thought maybe if I was talking to her instead of Doug, that maybe
Sure.
she would let me know where she was and let us come pick her up, so she's not just wandering the streets.
Yeah,
But
so what time do you think that you actually talked to her? Could you look in your
that was
phone
probably
and see?
It was
on my phone.
Yeah, let's see.
Exactly.
I mean, I think it was probably midnight, maybe quarter.
Tell me what
after.
you said she was emotional and she was upset. Was she
Yeah,
crying?
it
Was she
hard to
hysterical?
understand, you know, what she was even saying. She didn't believe that I wasn't Doug talking to her.
Okay,
So she thought that I was Doug, and I was trying to explain to her that I was not Doug. And that, you know.
You mean on the phone?
Let's see.
Yeah, when I asked Doug for the phone because she was mad at him, so I thought maybe if I talked to her I could calm her down and,
yeah.
you know, have her from stop walking off in the middle of nowhere.
How did you, how long did you talk to her?
In a few minutes, and then she hung up.
Okay,
And then every time we tried to call her again, her phone just went to voicemail.
Let's see.
Not to interrupt, whose phone is that, Doug? That ain't her phone, is it?
No, that's enough.
Okay, alright, I just saw it, I don't know, what the heck?
so
Well, I
she,
talked to her at 12:13, 12:25, and 12:36 is when it ended, so at 12:30, you talked to her for like 4 minutes. That must have been the phone call you were talking to her on. I tried her a whole bunch of times after that.
okay. So then,
She didn't answer, it was straight to voicemail.
somebody said that she was walking south on Maple?
That's where Aaron had last seen her. That's, as far as I know, he was the last one to have seen her.
Did you see her walking?
No.
Okay,
I was still either at the watering hole and leaving or driving down there.
so then when you got there, Aaron told you, she took off walking. Did he say, I know what you're saying was her emotional state, but what did Aaron tell you was her emotional state?
That's, he didn't give Ruin much detail, just said she was upset.
Okay.
And he said, even by text, he said that he tried to get her to stop, but she just kept on going. Tried to talk her, you know. And I'm assuming Aaron's girlfriend was there, Darcy, and I don't know who else was actually there.
Was
By
Crystal
the time
still
we
there?
got there, they were all gone.
Yeah,
The people that you went to
That we
be
went,
with, that you
yes.
hung out with all night, were actually
Yes.
gone.
They were gone by the time we got there.
yes.
Okay.
This was a
Except
matter
Aaron.
of 15 minutes.
But Aaron, you would have seen there,
No,
I think Aaron was gone too.
are you sure?
because you
Well,
said,
we drove around because when we talked to her, we had already known that she was walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we drove up and down the streets for a while trying to find her. And then we went back to the sardine can thinking maybe she walked back there.
okay,
And then we asked people around the sardine can if they had seen her, and a couple people were like, is her name Nikki? And I was like, yeah, you know, and they're like, well, she left, but, you know, she was here. And then we drove around some more and looked for her, and
so how did you talk to Aaron then? You
Well,
talked,
just by text and phone.
Okay.
I was called, I mean, I was nonstop on the phone
Sure.
there for,
You never talked face to face with Aaron?
well, I mean, at the, no.
the watering hole, but not at Sardine. So then you kind of drove around the streets, who was with you? Who was with the two of you?
just me and Doug.
Okay, and you were in your vehicle,
Yes.
okay. How long do you think you drove around looking for her?
I mean, the first time probably 25, 30 minutes. And then we got to the sardine can. We talked to people there. And then, 15 minutes later, we drove around for another, 30, 40 minutes trying to call her. And then we came back here.
What time did you guys get home?
Well, after 2, after we drove around.
2:30 maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just weird that, it was right after he had talked with her at 12:36. I tried calling at 12:41, 12:44, a bunch of times at 12:44, 12:45.
Okay.
A dozen calls here, and it kept on going straight to voicemail. And it still did that. I called her like 20 times in between at that
Has
time,
anyone-
2
okay.
o'clock.
Okay. Has anyone contacted her does she have any family in
Yes,
town?
I've talked to her sister, or just got off the phone with her mom. She had just called the hospitals and
Okay. Where does her family live?
her parents live on the east side of Green Bay on
Do you know their names?
Victoria and Steve Meyer. That's actually her maiden name is Meyer.
Whose maiden name?
Nikki's.
Okay. Meyer?
Yes.
Do you know what street they live on?
I think it's Eastview
Eastview?
by Parole Park.
Okay. And then you said you talked to her sister. Who's her sister?
Heather Meyer.
Where does she live?
She lives in the apartments over off of I think it's Ontario.
Okay.
Industrial Park there.
Okay. You think the road that she lives on is Ontario?
It's some apartments that are off of
Okay.
by like the KI building.
Okay.
Do it.
She's at work right now, so
Heather is?
Yeah.
Where's Heather's work?
I don't know. She works at the Ravine in a dental place, so I don't know where
Okay.
she's working at.
Do you know what Nikki's number is?
Yeah. 920-660-9663.
Thank you.
What's your number? I don't think I asked you.
920-621-0593.
So then when you woke up this morning, tell me what happened today.
Well, I woke up with Dylan like at 6:30 and fed him, and it wasn't. I just think she was still sleeping, and I went back to sleep after when he got him back to sleep, and then woke back up with him at it was about 10 o'clock. That's when I started getting a little more worried, and that I tried calling her a bunch of times, and I talked to Dallas, who was babysitting, and see if she had heard, because I would have thought she would
So
at
Dallas
least
is a
contact
female.
Dallas. Yeah, that's
What's Dallas's
Nikki.
last name?
She's a good friend, but I don't remember.
Kennedy.
Dallas
I
Kennedy?
believe that's her Facebook name. I believe that's her last name.
What's her phone? Do you have a phone number for her?
No, I do not.
Okay. And you said she's been
Actually-
friends since they were little, or?
Actually, it's right here. 217-3843 is Dallas's number.
Okay.
Dallas works at, if it helps, at Ogon.
Olgon? O-L-G-O-N?
Yeah, the
Okay.
restaurant, right? Isn't
Yeah.
she? Yeah.
Okay. So she would have left last night, Dallas.
Yeah, she was here when watching Dylan until
Yep.
we got back here.
Okay.
I dropped off, and then just I said I haven't been able to get a hold of Nikki, and didn't think too much of it. I was just kind of more upset, like why isn't she coming back at
Yeah.
this point? And
Okay, so then how did the day progress? Did you make phone calls? Like how did?
yep, and it was after say noon, 1 o'clock that I was starting to get more worried, and because she wouldn't be gone that long, even if she had wherever she went and had fallen asleep, and she had woke up by then. I mean,
Is it normal for her to sleep off being angry at you? Is that somewhere else? Is that normal?
No.
Okay.
She's done that one other time at a friend's house and contacted that friend already.
Yep.
Actually, her sister contacted that person, and no word, or haven't heard from her in, since the last time they talked, in days or weeks or whatever.
Okay. So then, you called us at about 4:37?
Yep.
Okay. Did you call anybody else today looking for her other than her immediate family? I'm trying to rule out, who else would she talk to that we could contact that? What's her social life like?
She doesn't talk to that many people, and I mean, she's, especially in the last
Does she work?
Well, she's a substitute teacher, but she hasn't worked much here since Dylan's been born.
Where does she teach at?
Since I've been part-time.
Yeah, just part-time, and,
Yeah, where does she teach at?
well, it's, different, various schools.
Okay.
Substitute, social, whatever the job.
It doesn't really matter then,
It
she's not
could be-
locked down
No,
for...
and they look online where
Okay.
somebody's needed. I think the last one was she was at Dan's school.
Okay,
Yeah.
To
okay,
tell you the
I mean,
truth,
yeah.
I think she was.
okay.
And then at Ogan, she works
I don't
too.
know that because those babies.
What is Ogon? I guess I don't know what that
It's
is.
a, organic restaurant or whatever.
Gourmet fancy, bring a thick wallet.
Oh,
restaurant.
where's it located?
Down in the East Pier, right
Oh,
on
okay.
Broadway there.
Okay.
East Pier,
So she works there,
by the roundabout there.
you said she does work there sometime?
Yeah, she last worked there on Thursday.
Does she work evenings? Does she work?
That's very part-time too, and she used to work there more often before was pregnant with Dylan and everything.
Okay,
Just kind of getting back to work, once a week here.
sure.
type thing.
What else is it like in her social life? I mean, who are her besties? Who's her best gal pals? Or guy friends?
Pretty much her sister in Dallas.
Okay,
That's pretty much about it. I mean,
Okay.
she doesn't talk to that many people.
okay. And mom and dad haven't seen her? You called mom and dad?
Yep, when you guys were at the door, I was on the phone with her mom.
Okay, what did mom say?
She hadn't heard from her, and she had just
Okay.
got called Aurora, Bella, and St. Vincent's. And
Okay,
Is she upset?
Yeah, I kind of cut her off because that's right when you
sure,
knocked on the door.
sure. Is there anything else that you can think of?
Did anyone call, well, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, generally with missing people, we like to know if there's any, like tattoos or anything.
No
distinguishable
tattoos.
That we can,
I don't know if you had the report what she was wearing. That was, and she had a tan purse.
if you guys do have a picture.
Yeah, I'll take a picture. I'm actually gonna go through all of that.
Mother's Day picture at our house with all you guys. There's one right in front of, didn't I text you that picture? It's you and the baby and
Yeah.
baby and the baby.
Did anyone call Dallas?
Yeah, I've talked to.
And Dallas has not heard from her?
No, and she had contacted a few of the friends that I
Okay.
might not know that and so same with her sister.
Okay. So, the last actual time that anybody would have seen her, can you tell me that? When's the last time you saw her?
Well, it was after the show. I was actually going to the bathroom after the show, and I'm guessing that between 11 and 11:30.
Okay. And then, Aaron told you he's seen her down at the sardine can walking away angry.
Yes.
He tried to calm her down and keep her at the sardine can.
Well, it was at the corner of Howard and Maple. I'm guessing that's like the back street
Okay.
behind like where they're probably parking.
Okay. So he tried to keep her there. Was he there with her alone, or was there other people with them?
And he was with his girlfriend Darcy. I'm sure
Do you know Darcy's last name?
Lipsky.
Do you have any of these people's phone numbers?
Yes, I do. I have Aaron's.
Yeah, what's Aaron's?
920-676-8572.
Okay. Do you have Darcy's?
We lost it.
Or Crystal's?
I might have Darcy's.
I think I got Darcy's.
I mean, I don't want to say, I don't know her all that well. I mean, it's only, since the baby here type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But she did get mad at you a different night right in the middle of winter and took off from the bar and was walking down the middle of Limetown because an officer even stopped her and
Yep.
kinda, I don't know, scolded her or whatever, she didn't have a coat and stuff.
Sure.
So I don't know if that's necessarily history or pattern,
Right.
but
Yeah,
apparently
she was just
does
walking
that.
away that time, yep.
Cause she
That
was mad at him, you know.
It was
'cause-
0 degrees, I mean, it was,
So is it normal for every time you guys, I don't wanna say every time, but is it common that when you guys are out drinking together, she gets upset at some point? Or what do you think triggered? I know you're saying she accused you of talking to a girl, but did she outright tell you, like, I mean,
yeah, I don't even
you
know.
were too close to this girl? Like, what did she say to you?
She just sent me a text and,
Can I see the text?
what she said.
And this would have been, she would have sent you the text after she left then, right?
But where?
Left the watering hole?
The watering hole,
The watering hole?
I would imagine.
I just try to pinpoint the actual time that she was last seen or heard from. And that would have probably been the 12:36 a.m. phone call that you had
Yeah.
with her, Greg.
Every time that we talked, every time we tried to call after that, the phone was just dead, so I don't know if her
Okay.
cord died in her phone. But, you know, she never answered again after that call.
She, here, she said, so what pitch you with?
Well, I'm sorry. I mean,
Did she hang up on you? Was it pretty clear that she was upset?
And
where am I looking?
You know, right
just didn't
here,
believe
this is
that.
all her text. Oh, this is like,
Yeah,
that was during the show,
yeah.
I asked her
I mean,
where
I
she
was just
was in
trying
the
to calm her
concert,
down.
and she said that.
But yeah, I mean, at a certain
At
point.
11:12 p.m. she said that?
Yeah, so,
She hung
yeah,
up.
it was after
What
11
did it
there.
say? So what?
She was kind of hard to
So what
understand.
bitch you with? And
Okay. Why is she calling you abusive?
I don't know.
What does this say?
I
Okay.
don't know where she gets this stuff sometimes.
Is that common for her to talk that way to you when she's been drinking?
Sometimes, yeah, I mean,
Or when she's sober?
she doesn't drink that often, but
Okay. Okay.
all of a sudden she gets that in her head that that's what's going on.
Sure.
Has she been drinking a lot last night?
Oh, yeah, definitely more than she has. And
Do you know what she was drinking?
she had
It's a beer.
cans of beer and she had a hard ginger ale, I don't think. She had ran into a couple of her friends that she knew, a couple of girlfriends there, and I think she had done a shot or two with them.
Okay.
I'm not for sure. I know she did one shot,
Okay.
and
So, you would have actually seen her, so you would have actually technically seen her last at 5:20, on 5/20/16 at approximately 11:30
yeah.
p.m.
Well, just those texts were, that's when I last seen her, like 11:15 there. That's when
Okay.
she started that. And that must have been right when the show got over with and I was
Sure.
to the bathroom and
What is
that's when I
her,
last seen her.
okay, what's her hair description? Medium, long, wavy, short?
Shoulder length,
Bushy.
I'd say.
Okay. So medium,
Yep.
straight, thin hair, curly hair?
Nice, it was straight with a like wavy last night. I mean,
She would have put some curl, naturally, what is it?
it's both straight and curly. It
Okay, so
depends,
she
like on
can-
the day,
okay.
actually.
Okay. Well, we'll just do this. Does she have any scars, birthmarks, or tattoos?
No tattoos, no real scars. She has a little scar right here,
On her right eye?
right eye, yep.
Is it like on the corner of her eye, above her
Corner
eye?
eye.
Okay. Does she have any peculiarities or deformities? Anything that would just really stand out, like missing a finger or a toe or toenail, like anything crazy like that?
No,
Okay.
she's tall,
How tall is she?
5'9", 5'10",
Okay. Hang on, I gotta get back to that.
and she was wearing
much
the
does she weigh?
tall heels shoes.
Okay. I'll get to that in 1 second. How much did she weigh?
140, I think.
What color are her eyes?
Blue,
And her hair color?
blonde.
Light blonde.
Yep, light blonde.
Like you're blonde?
Yeah.
Okay. What skin tone does she have?
She's light.
light, yeah.
Yeah, she's definitely, you're not gonna, she's Caucasian, I mean, you're not gonna
Sure.
miss her for
Okay.
anybody or different.
Glasses or contacts?
Contacts,
Okay.
and she was wearing, she does wear glasses too, but she had contacts in.
Okay, she would have contacts on. Right. So any speech defect, accent, or dialect?
No, just from Wisconsin.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I mean,
Would you say there's any health or mental health conditions, suicidal or despondent? Has she ever
No.
mentioned suicide or?
I mean, yeah, actually, that when she gets a little down, then she like mentioned suicide, but she just talks at,
Does she take any medication for it?
no. She had been on medication before.
How many
I believe.
times? I don't know if I asked this, but how long have you guys been a couple?
A year and a half.
And then she's lived here for 9 months?
Yep.
And then, how many times in a year and a half has she ever mentioned suicide to you?
Like twice. I'd say 2 or 3 times.
Like she actually had a plan?
No, but she said she had thought of it.
Was it a result of getting in arguments with you?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, she's not on any medications?
No. Not knowing.
Can we definitively say that Aaron would have seen her? So Aaron and Darcy would be the last ones that would have seen her. What about Crystal?
I don't.
I think they were all getting in the same vehicle.
Because
Okay.
Mike shows this Mike Gillespie, who was this DD, one of the DDs driving.
Hang on, that's another name I didn't get. Mike what?
Gillespie.
Gillespie, Gilliespe, something like that.
Yeah.
Should be pretty close.
Do we have Mike, Darcy, and Crystal's phone numbers?
I don't have
just have Crystal's.
I don't have Mike's either. I don't have
Can you get me
Darcy's.
Crystal's?
Do you have Darcy's?
No, I checked. I didn't have Darcy in there. I thought I did.
I could actually.
Actually, Aaron texted me. Aaron's phone died, and he texted me and he said, "Hey, this is Darcy's number." So I do actually have it. I just didn't have it saved.
I could ask him to. He just texted me.
Her number is 715.
This is Darcy?
Yes.
Okay.
803-0973.
And then Crystal?
Three 362-4088.
And Mike Gillespie?
I do not know his.
I have Mike's
Okay.
here.
So Mike would have been driving Aaron, Darcy, Crystal, and Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Do we know what kind of vehicle he has?
No.
Okay.
Because Nikki rolled there with me. It was just us two.
Yep.
And I mean,
And then you were meeting a group, you guys were all getting together.
yeah, they were all there
already
for
all
the
there.
Joe, and then
Okay, okay.
we
And
got the
then,
tickets last minute and went there.
okay. So she would have been seen with Aaron, Darcy, Crystal, and Mike
And both, yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
upon arriving at the sardine can. The clothing that she was wearing when you last seen her at 11:15 to 11:30. Do you know what she was wearing?
Yeah, she was wearing a top. It was horizontal black and gray stripes, large stripes, and like 4-inch wide stripes.
The shirt was primarily what color?
Black and gray. I mean, it was.
Okay, the whole shirt was that way.
Yeah. Well, large stripes on it.
You said higher heels?
Yeah, high, like heel shoes.
Okay. Do you know what color they were?
They're gray.
And then how about a pair? Did she have pants or a skirt?
Black, like capri pants. and a tan purse,
Is it a designer purse?
like a, I don't know, leather purse.
Okay.
No. She means like Coach or something.
Coach,
That somebody would
yeah.
jumper for a purse or something.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know what brand it is.
She's never, do you have any prior history of disappearances or runaways?
No. Oh, there's one other time which I knew where she was. I mean, she at least would be in contact and then had her phone on.
Was that the winter night that she took off?
No, that night, she didn't get far away that night.
Okay.
She was stopped a block, actually.
So it's fair to say that she has slept a night off elsewhere to
Yeah.
avoid further confrontation with the two of you.
Yeah, I think she just wanted to get out of the house too at that time.
She's been housebound with the baby, new
Sure.
baby.
Yeah,
She's got
that was the
two
only other
children.
time she stayed away from the house here.
Sure.
It was one time at her friend Andrea and Brent's house.
Okay.
I don't know them.
And we don't have any possible destination or places she would frequent?
No. I mean, like I said, she always stays here. You know, she doesn't leave the house much except for picking up kids, going shopping, and
Okay.
that's it.
Do you suspect any foul play? If so, why?
Just, I don't know. I don't suspect it, but just the area she walked in, definitely don't like.
Okay.
A tall blonde walking down the street in the middle of the night in that area is not. I mean, I really wouldn't want to walk down there myself.
I mean, she's definitely a pretty young lady, type
Right.
thing. I mean, a guy's gonna turn his head if he's driving a car or walking,
Sure.
that kind of thing.
Absolutely. And she did not have a vehicle. She wouldn't have had access to a
No,
vehicle last
her vehicle is here in the garage.
Okay. What does she drive?
It's a Buick Rendezvous.
Okay. I know this sounds really goofy, but we'll have cases where kids go missing, and they go missing from people's homes, and they end up hiding, like upstairs in a bedroom or something like that. We've 100% gone through the house, correct?
Yeah.
And the car is definitely in the garage. You've seen it today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless
Did you
she's-
look in the car?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I know it sounds, idiotic,
I know.
but unfortunately, that's the
Yeah.
nature of.
They fall asleep or something.
Right. Did you look in the vehicle?
Yeah, I grabbed the
Let's take a peek,
diaper
because
bag out of there. I mean, she
God
would.
forbid she passed out and choked on her throw up or something like that.
The vehicle hasn't moved since today, or yesterday at all, so.
I'm gonna make him a bottle. He's going to, he'll go to sleep in 2 seconds. And I don't have any.
She wouldn't have a key,
I was just gonna ask, did she have a key to go back and get your car?
What's that?
Would she have had a key to go back and get your car?
My other keys there, and I have only 2 keys.
Okay. Do you guys have a problem providing some sort of photograph? The problem with the photograph is I can either take a picture of it,
Can I
but,
send it like a text or something?
yeah, absolutely. I need a current one, that's the thing.
Yeah, like you just.
Yeah,
send me
Mother's
that.
Day, that's a nice one.
Because any hard photograph that you provide me, I will not be able to return to you.
Is that the only one here?
Yeah, that's, I've got it.
Oh, there you go.
That's with all
You
of
slip
us.
right out of it. That's bring the bling.
I don't know if there's.
There's one where she's holding Dylan.
That's, is that the?
No, where she's alone, kind of sitting by Grandpa.
Oh, you gotta stay away from those.
Yeah.
Right there, just let her.
It's only a half
Oh, it's
picture.
only. Well, at least let
That's
her.
like,
Well, at least let
that's like
her.
a half picture.
She nurses.
Well, let her see
That's
that
more
and let
Dylan.
her determine, and then give her the full one
She's gotta be
with
pretty.
the text or text it.
Yeah, you can text it at
Relieve
920.
herself, you know.
Right.
Actually, email it to me, that would be better
Forward.
because, can you email it?
You haven't got this far along.
It's
yet.
Stephens, S-T-E,
S-T-E.
F as in Frank,
Yeah.
E-N-S,
Got my-
underscore, T-M, at CO,
She
dot
typed,
Brown.
Pretty quick there.
dot W-I,
Yeah.
Evidently?
dot U-S.
You
featured a special short,
Stephens_TM and CO.
your own style, that you know what was.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Is there anything that I mean, it's slightly concerning considering she, where's her other children? Okay, that's actually really good to know. Where's her other
So
children?
and her breast pump is here, I mean, she's gotta be.
If they've ever gone out, like if we were babysitting, I mean, by the time she comes to get them, say midnight or whatever, they'd be out, she goes, I got a nurse something.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, just going this long, it's like, it was like, after the morning, then after that, I was really concerned. I mean, she was just pulling some stunt, whatever, not coming home,
Yeah.
but it's
Was there a
like-
period of time where you're kind of like, all right, this is BS, like a little bit angry?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I was
So
like,
between-
better be in jail, you know, I was just like,
Did you
know.
call the jail?
I looked up the inmate search.
Okay.
It said, you know, nothing.
Okay. I mean, is it that normal for her to commit a crime or be disorderly to board a jail?
No, I mean, that would just be like, if she was just walking and.
Okay. Okay.
Would they tell?
She doesn't have a criminal
If she was
record
in
or
jail?
anything.
He would be able to see that on the inmate lookup. He should be able to see that. And actually, we'll make those phone calls as well.
Okay.
Because we have kind of a quicker access to that. I'm sorry, what were you saying, Kev?
Yeah, she doesn't have a criminal record or anything.
Okay. So you said she was breastfeeding. Where's her other two children and who are
With her ex-husband and
who's her ex-husband?
it's Brian Vanderheyden. I'm not exactly sure. He lives out in Swamico, way out in Swamico. Maybe
You don't know
Little
what-
Swamico.
Okay.
I don't know what street.
Where, that's where the two children, what kind of boy or girl or,
Boy and a girl.
so, do you know how old
They're
they are?
9 and 10. So
9 and 10? 10-year-old is what? The boy or girl?
the girl,
What's her name?
Michaela.
Looks just like her mommy.
And then the 9-year-old,
Tyler.
have you called Brian?
No, I have not. I actually don't have his number. I don't contact him.
Okay. What is that relationship like? Do you know?
Just drop the kids off and
Okay.
we have the kids here during the week and he picked them up on Friday, yesterday about 5 o'clock it was.
Okay.
Yeah, then he has a
4:30.
weekend.
And then he has them
How
on
many
the
kids
weekend
do
and
they
he
have?
stays, he actually lives at his parents' house, I believe. And I don't know their names.
What is Brian and Nikki's relationship? Is it cordial? Was it tumultuous? Like what?
It's just like they're just on talking terms. And
Okay.
just talking to the kids.
Has he ever threatened her? I mean, is there any reason to
I don't believe
believe?
so. I don't think
Okay.
he's not. Doesn't seem like a violent person at all. As far as my judgment on him.
She's never told you that he's threatened her, or
No.
as long as she's been with you, she's never had to say,
No.
Brian said he was going to do something to me. Anything crazy like that?
No.
Okay.
She does get some crazy thoughts in her head sometimes, and like says.
Explain that to me.
Yeah, but she hasn't said anything yet.
What do you mean she gets crazy thoughts?
Well, like I don't know, it just like I'm talking to girls and all that stuff.
okay.
I leave the house for 45 minutes. And I'm not coming home all night or something like that.
Okay.
I haven't done that before. You know?
Sure.
She's a little insecure. She's
Like,
not gonna-
and especially here, that's been primarily since baby's been born.
Sure.
So
Okay.
I mean, like this, probably like the third time we've been out since he's been born.
Gamma's making it. I don't have it on tap.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
afraid.
Okay. And you sent the,
I get.
go ahead.
Let me.
gotta get-
upstairs.
I'll show you the little one.
Yeah, that one's all cleaning it.
You don't have a more face picture, huh? A more,
Well, I have a one with a bunch of those. That's what I was doing.
so we can see her face a little bit better?
Hello? Yes. I'm still with them right now. Yeah, you haven't heard anything, right? I'll call you back when they're done, alright? Okay. Alright, bye. Oh, that was your mom again.
Okay.
I'll send you that other picture here.
Okay, yeah.
What is your best guess, Doug? If she was gonna go anywhere, who would she go to? Do you have an idea?
It would have been, if that Andrea and her sister contacted her, or her sisters, no.
My guess would have been Heather or Dallas.
Yeah, or to Dallas, and she was here.
And did we just-
She would have, I think she would have contacted Dallas at least, because I don't know Dallas very well at all, except through her.
Right,
And with Dallas babysitting Dylan, she would have contacted Dallas at least.
because Dallas has kids, right, and then
Yeah.
that's the one she goes rummage sailing.
Yeah, she
You
was
know, with-
there, she came over here on Friday, they went for a walk, you know, I mean, that's
Right.
probably her closest friend,
Sure.
besides her sister.
I'm gonna change it before I feed him. Because you're gonna go, I know you are. Yes, you are.
I should have emailed that.
20736, right? Incident number? I'm reading that right?
Yes.
Alright, so this is, for my, I have to get the background, I'm gonna go off of my notes, just bear with me, if you have other things to do right now, I have to actually get a written statement from you
Okay.
based on what we talked about, okay?
Yep.
If anything, while you guys are just sitting here, I don't care if you guys chat or whatnot, if anything comes to mind that you might have either forgot or unintentionally left out, don't hesitate to let me know, I'll stop what I'm doing, and then, at the end of the statement, it's basically gonna be a synopsis of what we talked about and the questions that I asked you, basically a timeline, like what happened, where she was, who she was with, you know, and the things that I have asked you about already, just to get it on. It's unfortunately everything is paper nowadays, so it's our protocol more than anything. So. So basically, Officer Shield actually is in correspondence with our patrol division, putting information out so that they can look for her while we're sitting here. So I know there's a lot of dead time right now, but he's also conveying that, you know, this is not normal behavior. You guys are telling me this is not normal behavior for her to just go missing. It's very, very, very odd to leave a 9-month-old child.
6 months.
Yeah,
6-month-old child.
and then
6-month-old
that she's
child.
breastfeeding.
I should probably get his birthday. How do you spell his name?
Dylan, D-Y-L-A-N.
D-Y-L-A-N?
Yep.
His middle?
Douglas
Okay.
Dietrich.
What's his birthday then?
October 29th, 2015.
Okay.
Love you. Let's change you first.
Dude, is there,
I got it.
okay.
I got him on a total.
Otherwise, there's that thing that pulls out.
Yeah, it's, I don't see it, but this will work.
Which is the clue over here, Doug?
54115.
Is the Trailblazer yours then?
The Suburban.
Oh, the Suburban?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say like her sister would probably be the best.
Okay.
And
And you have talked to her, I don't remember.
yeah, through Facebook I've been in contact.
Okay,
And
okay.
she was worried, and I said, you know,
Sure.
to the point I'm gonna call the police.
Right.
That was at about like 2:30, and with the contacting other people, and I just finally called.
Okay.
Ended up being 2 hours later, but
Your middle again, Doug.
my middle.
Yeah.
Robert.
And then D-E-T-R-I-E.
Is your car still at the watering hole?
Yes.
Okay.
2329 Berkeley, correct?
Correct.
I know you're hungry.
And what car was that?
It's a Nissan Maxima.
Okay.
Is it De Pere, Wisconsin?
Yes.
Oh, it's a
What color is your car?
Black. It's actually more towards, there's that, bar, auto shop,
Yeah.
that,
Stuff like
more
that.
towards that way, yeah.
Okay.
Do you have a file? Oh, I can use this. I'll just use that as a file.
Are you boyfriend, girlfriend, or fiance? Okay. Time of it, 4:37?
Yes.
I mean, everything that I've ever observed, she's a good mom.
Sure.
I mean, she loves her kids, you know, the older ones, and, you know.
Yeah, very unlike that.
And just to verify, the custody arrangement that she has with Brian, is it an amicable custody arrangement? Do they fight over who,
I
does it go to
know,
court?
it's like if he needed to.
What is it? Let me tell you, what is it? Like, what does the court say?
That, I don't even know if it is.
I asked her that, you
Okay.
know, being the nosy.
I don't think he's got even like any child support or anything like that ordered. It's just,
That's what she told me. She said he doesn't pay child support. They were married for, 7 years or
Yeah.
whatever. And she said it just wasn't working out, and they got it, you know, she's the one that filed and wanted to get divorced. And, I mean, again, this is what she's telling me.
Sure, absolutely.
And she said that, how did this go down? He lives with his parents, said he lives in like the basement of his parents' house.
Okay.
Type thing. His parents are good to the kids, you know, and they have, she calls it 50-50% custody, and I said, well, what is that exactly? And she said, she has that he drops them off Monday, or after school they come here
he brings
Monday.
them to school Monday and then she
Yep.
picks them up.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and she sends them to school Friday. He picks them up after school on Friday, so he has them Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then, you know,
Okay.
has to get him ready for school on Monday, so he can't just play all weekend if
Sure.
there's homework
Sure.
type of thing, which
Sure.
is smart. She's never said to me, like, you know, the SOB doesn't,
Right.
you know,
I mean, he was just over on, when I came over to your house at 4:30, he was coming to pick up the kids here.
right.
And then I don't know,
Yeah, I mean, I've seen divorced people that are screaming at each
Absolutely,
other in front of the
absolutely.
children and that,
They're cordial, they make it
Yeah.
work.
yeah, yeah.
I haven't
You
seen
know.
him fight, argue or anything like that.
Okay, okay.
I've never met him, so I don't know, you know, just from what she tells me.
Is it fair to say that you hired a babysitter, or does she just kind of do it for free?
Well, that was the first time she had done that.
Okay. Did you exchange money to?
No.
Okay, okay.
She
Right.
probably
Yeah,
watched Dallas.
that was the first time she had watched him here. She has watched him at her house before
Okay.
during the day a few times. And she had, I think Nikki had given her some money, I don't know.
I worry for sport, and I worry. You know, this
Right,
is just
right.
what I know of her, she went through this.
Yeah.
Mark, can you grab Grandpa and Grandma's information too, just?
I don't know if you want her parents' number.
Yeah, that would be helpful, yeah. Actually, what do you got? I'll take it right now from you. And Heather's if you have it, actually.
Okay, her mom's cell is 370-2685, and their house number is 465-1596.
Hey, your information, sir?
Okay.
What's it?
Hello, Heather.
Robert?
Dietrich.
Middle initial? J. Your birthday? 11157.
They even have
And
directions.
phone number for you.
It's Facebook.
920.
You don't have Heather?
371.
I'm looking at them. Yeah, I don't have it listed here.
Okay.
And an address? 3527 Euro Lane. Okay.
Okay.
Good here. Yep.
Well, that's your cell, not our house.
It's a.
Oh, is that what you
I'll ask
wanted, was
her,
the
yeah.
cell? Okay.
Your first name, ma'am?
Diane, one N, D-I-A-N-E-M. Dietrich.
Birthday?
October 9, block your ears, 56.
Oh, jeez.
You said you had a Nissan Maxima, I'm sorry, or something?
Yes.
Maxima. What color was it?
66?
Yeah, exactly.
Your phone number?
339-8355
Send her a
is
message
our
to see if I
host.
get her phone.
I do have a cell phone, but I'm very rarely on it.
Okay.
I can give you that.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
It's 920-680-6151. Right, Bob?
680-6150.
Yeah. Okay.
Would you say that you met her friend, your friends, or your friends together? The majority of people that you met out last night, Crystal, Mike,
Well, it's the
Aaron?
majority of my friends that I've
Okay.
known for decades.
Sure. So is it called the Sandlot or is it called the Watering Hole? If I said Watering Hole, it's basically the same building?
Yeah, it's just the same, I think the Sandlot's what they call like
Okay.
the venue or whatever.
Okay.
In the back.
Did we get Crystal Can?
Yes.
Was Darcy at the Watering Hole?
Yes.
Was Mike there?
No, Mike, he's had back issues, so he couldn't go.
He what?
He met with a surgeon yesterday, actually, with some back issues.
What did we say Darcy's last name was?
Lipsky?
Lipsky.
I think that's S-K-I.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the
Lipsky's Bar?
bar, yeah.
Okay.
That's her family, so. I think that's with the Y, actually.
Was Mike Gillespie at the Watering Hole?
Yes.
What time do you think you got to the Watering Hole?
We got there, let's see, the short already started, I'm guessing just before 8 o'clock.
Once you got to the Watering Hole, did you guys go your separate ways?
No, we were together, I mean, besides going for a bathroom break and grabbing a beer, I mean, there was a couple thousand people there, so it was, you know, there's periods of time where we're not right together, but,
You were all drinking, though, that's fair to say.
yep.
And drinking alcohol.
Well, yeah, besides a couple of us that were, Mike Gillespie was not. And none of the people I would ever suspect of any foul play or anything like that.
Okay.
Maybe like the last thing I'd think of.
Doug, your first name has 2 S's in it.
Yes.
How much breast milk does she have ahead?
What?
How much breast milk does she have once ahead?
Like 6 packets.
Okay.
Not
like,
anywhere near enough.
I think that's a
so-
couple snacks for him now.
Exactly.
He's a big boy.
Yeah,
One day.
he had 10 ounces at one time, and some of those are
So is
like
that a
4 or
2-day
5.
supply, would you say, or not?
A 2-week supply? What?
2-day supply?
Not even,
To stretch it out, yeah. Because he's eating some other food now, finally.
because didn't they tell him what they say?
5, he's supposed to breastfeed 5 to 6 times a day.
That's, I mean,
And
she
she doesn't,
wouldn't do
she
that.
Well, that's
doesn't,
why I'm asking the question.
Yeah,
That's
she
what
wouldn't
was
do
there
that.
in the head, that she-
it
She's gotta be totally uncomfortable.
has to be, and she would not, that just,
She wouldn't
that's,
do that.
it's,
I mean, if she was totally,
As the night went on, you guys kind of separated from, at the watering hole, you guys kind of separated and did your own thing, and that's when she kind of accused you of
yeah.
being with,
Because there was, you know, a flood of people leaving. I went to the bathroom. It was a long line. I mean, I was in the line for 15
well, so you weren't
minutes.
even still watching the band when you guys separated?
No, it was over. I was
Okay.
going to the bathroom. And it was a long, 15-minute wait to go to the bathroom. And then when I got back, we went outside. A couple of my friends were smoking cigarettes, and I was out there. And I figured she'd be out there wherever, and I didn't see her. And then that's when I called her, and that's when I texted, and she got all upset. And I guess that is kind of like her when she does drink. I mean, it's very limited times I've drank with her that she does kind of get that way, like the jealous,
yeah.
you know, or not just kind of making the stuff up. Like it's not. I don't know where she gets it from.
And they went on listening to the band, and the band ended. You stood in line for the bathroom, and you believe Nikki went outside with our
Yeah, I'd
friends?
say she probably was in a different line to the bathroom too, and whether hers, you know, was quicker, and she was talking to a few friends, and because there was one of her friends, Nikki, I don't even know her last name, I just met. I don't think it was, you know, an acquaintance more, that she ran into and said hi, and said,
Okay.
this is Nikki, another Nikki, so.
Right. So, when you got done with the bathroom, you called her, and then how'd the conversation go?
That was when, that conversation went rather decent. I said, what are you talking about, you know?
But that's when she accused you of talking to a girl, and then she
Yeah,
told
well,
the
she had
text?
done, that was in the text that she was accusing me, and I said, what are
Okay.
you talking about? And, then she said she was with Crystal and Aaron and those guys, and they were going to the sardine can.
No, you're fine.
And I wasn't driving, so it wasn't like I leave right away. And Greg was driving, and we, I don't know how, would we leave 15 minutes after that?
A little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. No more than a half hour.
Yeah, we ran into a friend of ours
Yeah.
on our way out. I didn't even know that Nikki was gone.
Okay.
And we were talking to them for a little while, and then when we got out,
They couldn't have been at the watering hole more than 20 minutes.
20
I mean.
minutes.
Okay. But when so you talked to her after you text, and then you just basically confronted her on the text? And,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So how'd that conversation go?
Well, then she just said, who are you talking to, whatever. I mean, I think that was when you,
She's talking about Katie.
yeah, I think that was the only person I was talking to, yeah.
How did you end that conversation?
And I said I was on my way coming to the sardine can, I'd see her there.
Okay.
And I mean, that was a brief conversation. I guess there was a lot of people around, and it was, you know, not
Sure.
the easiest to hear.
Absolutely, right.
Her sister's number is 920-819.
819, yep.
5757.
Okay, thank you.
I guess I could ask Aaron here who he's all with.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Thank you. So you said you got hung up by friends, approximately how long were you there before you left? 20 minutes, you said?
20 minutes-ish.
minutes that we were walking out.
Yep.
So, did you call her then on the way there?
Yeah, I called her, and then she wasn't talking to me, and Greg talked to her. And then she, you know, that's when she was walking, and wouldn't say where.
She wouldn't talk to you on the phone, but she did answer the phone, obviously.
Yeah, and then after that, she would not, the phone was either off or dead, because they go directly to voicemail. Like,
I don't know if whether the end of our conversation was her hanging up or her phone died, you know, her battery died.
Sure.
I wasn't really sure. She wasn't making a lot of sense when I was trying to talk to her, but
yeah, she wasn't sober by any means.
Scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the drunkest you've ever seen her. I know you didn't see
I
her.
haven't seen it. I mean,
I mean,
I
was
don't know
she,
what she drank, if she drank anything at the sardine can, or at the end at the watering hole even, but I had last got her a water, I'd say like 10:30,
okay.
and because she'd
You
reached
didn't
that
see
point,
her
she was like
leave,
like
though.
a 7, 8, on that 1 to 10 scale, I'd say. I mean, she wasn't like fall down drunk by any means,
Okay.
but doesn't also take her that much to get
Is it fair to
that.
say that when you handed the phone off to Greg that she was irrational with you on the phone? Or was she just not talking?
No, I asked her where she was, and she was just, I don't even know what the heck she was saying, she was just rambling.
Did she tell you where she was? Did she say she was walking?
She didn't say to me,
yeah, she didn't. I mean, that's what I was trying to ask her, you know, where are you so we can come and pick you up? But she wasn't making any sense.
She told you, Greg? I don't want to speak on behalf, but while you were chatting with her on the phone, did she tell you that she was walking?
No, but at that point we'd already known that she had left the rest of our friends, and she was that she
Sure.
was walking. I mean, that's why we were trying, to find out where she was, and because she was mad at him, I thought maybe she would talk to me, but she kept saying that I was Doug on the phone, and she didn't believe that she was talking to me.
Okay.
yeah, at that point she was pretty much irrational of that.
And did you know, just in the conversation that Greg was having with her, did you know that she was accusing him of being you? Could you tell that conversation?
No.
Okay. I want to verify that because the last thing I want to do is put what you're saying into his statement, but I am asking just for clarity too, so. So she ended up hanging up on Greg?
I'm not sure whether she hung up or her phone died. I'm
Okay.
not sure, because every time
Okay.
we tried to call her after that,
It went
It's
straight to
straight to
voicemail,
voicemail.
so that's usually when the phone's dead or,
Yeah.
off.
So,
Or the,
so did Greg just handed you the phone then?
yeah, when it was done.
Okay.
Now that 12:36 when it ended, and it was a 4-minute, 11-second phone call here, and then I tried calling, it was 2 minutes later, and a bunch of times after that, and it was all like 3 seconds, that it'd go right to the voicemail and hang up. And I tried, it was all the way till like 3 o'clock that I was calling her. And I called her a bunch of times today, and so did her friends and sister.
And you got the direct voicemail every time?
Yep. And so no one's gotten through. I mean, in this day and age too, I mean, everybody lives with their phone too. I mean,
Right.
She would, I think, find some means to charge the phone and turn it on. I sent her like a Snapchat that, she hasn't opened that up, and you can tell if that's opened. Sent her a Facebook message, if she had gotten on a computer.
Sure. Is it fair to say that you drove around the area of Maple and Howard Street because you know it's kind of a sketchy area?
Yeah,
kind of
well, that's
alluded-
where she had left from. I mean, what the
I
hell?
just wanted to get her in the car.
Yeah, if we would have seen
Sure.
her. I don't know if she knows anybody, and that her sister doesn't know of anybody she would know in that area. I can't. What her closest friend would be is from that area.
And it's also the area that Aaron told you this is where she left him, Darcy, Crystal, and Mike. She got out of the car and she walked away.
I think they were maybe on their way back to the car.
So she would have entered the sardine can with them.
Yeah, she was at the sardine can
She-
with them,
Okay.
and then at a certain point, I think Maple must just be that next street next to the sardine can, so maybe...
Is that the next block over from Broadway?
I think so.
She took off.
Behind it to the west.
Yep, and then he said Aaron said she walked south from the corner of Howard and Maple. That must be where that bank is right there behind the sardine can. I think that's where everybody parks in that.
Can you tell me exactly what he texted?
Yeah.
Can I see it?
Yep.
Give me 1 second.
I'm trying to go to sleep, don't steam.
Hang on 1 second here.
I saw it last night. And he says, I tried my best to get her to come back.
She went south on Maple Avenue.
Yep.
What's that?
Maple Avenue. And then you said what?
Well, I said it was sketchy that way, and I tried my best to get her to come back.
Did you drive last night?
I drove him, yeah,
From the
water.
hole to sardine can and then back here?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha. And this is your car parked in the street? Oh, here, okay. I just wondered.
Alright, while I was driving. Okay, so
Alright, there.
I saw her last in the corner of Howard Street and Maple Avenue. She went south on Maple Avenue. I tried my best to get her to come back. Okay. Sorry, what was the time on that?
What did you just text me here?
Yeah.
Oh, that was at 3 o'clock.
3 in the morning?
No, 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh, okay.
That
So
was,
okay. So he texted you this today.
yeah,
Okay.
about that, but we had talked, he didn't give me the details about that. We talked to so many people here, whether he said, I must have been on a phone conversation, that it was from that, he didn't say the details at the South of Maple, she had left from sardine can.
He would have told you that last night though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you said Darcy's number is 715, huh? That's, she had called me,
Well,
or Aaron must have called me.
Alright.
And I know my phone was dead too, and I remember. Yeah, Aaron was with Darcy and Crystal and Angela, which is Crystal's sister.
Oh, there's another girl? Angela?
Angela Cormier.
So she would have been with her last night?
Yep, that's when they're,
Do you know her number?
no, I do not.
And then Angela is who?
That's Crystal's sister. And Jesse Kotler.
They would have all
That's a
been.
girl, yep.
They would have all been in the same
Yep.
car together.
Yep, that's who, I just asked who was all there when you saw her last. And he said Darcy Stahl, which is Crystal, Angela, and Kotler, which is Jesse Kotler. It's the girl that we know.
You know her last name? How to spell her last name?
Kotler.
Can you get phone numbers from him for those two girls, Angela and Jesse?
Yep.
That's Jesse's maiden name, Doug.
Oh, yeah.
Those are all married women, that's.
Spell Barakashan.
Okay.
I don't know how to, such with a B.
What the heck is it? It's some 25-cent word.
Barakashan.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, I didn't hear you.
I'll be able to look her up. Is her name Jessica?
Is it? I mean,
Or she
nobody's
Jesse.
known her for how many years? It just
Okay.
has been Jesse.
Okay.
I've never looked at an ID or anything, but I think it was always Jesse in school. I think it was IE, I believe, right?
Jesse
Yep.
is IE, I think.
G-E-S-S-I-E. Thank you.
You're fighting.
Did you try calling when you guys were driving around looking for her, or were you trying to call her?
Yeah, I mean, I tried, there was like 20 times in the span from like 12:30 to 1 o'clock, 1:30, and then there's a bunch of times around like 2. And they're all, every single one was 3 to 4 seconds long.
So you drove around from about 12:30 to 1 after the phone disconnected. You went to the sardine can for how long? And then you went back looking for her?
Probably like 20, 30 minutes
Yeah, we
just to see
talked-
if she'd come back.
Sure.
We talked to the,
And I talked to a couple different guys and asked
Sure.
them if they had seen,
yeah,
I thought maybe she would come back there.
I don't know who that person was that told you.
I don't know who he was either.
And I don't, trying to think if she had contacted anybody else last night. She had ran into one of her old friends, I'd say, a girl.
Okay.
And they exchanged numbers, I forget.
I don't remember what her name was either. I did see her talking to them.
I don't,
But people did say that they seen her at the sardine can, and not Darcy, Crystal, Angela, Jesse.
Yeah.
Other people said that they seen her at the
yeah,
sardine
when we were just asking around.
Okay. So, the other people, are they people that you guys know, or?
No,
No.
they were just people we were asking if they had seen, we didn't know if she had come back,
Sure.
if that was a possibility.
How did you identify them to her?
I said to the one guy, I was like, have you seen like a blonde girl,
Yeah, it's
And he-
pretty good.
he's
Like
like,
younger blonde girl and
Nikki?
then,
I was like, yeah, that's who I'm looking for.
yeah, that was weird that he knew her name.
Two different people knew, had said that they had saw her,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
that she had left.
It wasn't that busy, I guess, but. Yeah, it was kind of weird though that he knew her name.
You know who they are?
That's what he said to you. I remember him saying it was Nikki.
No,
or
I know-
you
I mean-
said Nikki.
I don't know.
Maybe he didn't know her name though. Did you just say
No,
that?
he did. He said, you mean Nikki?
Did you hear that, or no?
Yeah, I heard that. I was talking to somebody else and he was, I don't know, a few feet away from me. I just overheard that and he said, yeah, that's Nikki.
And you've never seen this person before?
I don't know who that was. Yeah, I've never seen that guy before.
Can you describe him to me?
I don't really know. I mean, I asked, a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Like age-wise, was he in his 20s, 30s, 40s,
Yeah,
50s?
he's probably, mid-20s.
Yeah.
Late 20s.
A little younger than us. Probably, huh? I don't know, maybe one of her brother's friends possibly, or
Okay.
I don't know.
Male, white, Hispanic, African American, Native American?
Yeah.
Yeah, wait.
Doug, would she call one of her brothers to come get her?
Oh, she has brothers?
I mean, Heather should be calling everybody.
Who's the brothers? I didn't know she had brothers.
Oh, Brent and Brandon Meyer.
Okay. What, can you find phone numbers for them for me, please?
Why does everything move? Brandon's phone number is 370-2686.
2686? Sorry. 370.
2686, yep.
Okay,
No, I don't have Brent's.
okay. Have you tried calling either of them today? Do you think her parents would have?
I'm assuming Heather did. I'm talking to Heather here right now. I'll get his number. She doesn't really talk to Brent that often,
Okay,
and Brandon lives with her.
okay.
He's the younger brother.
Are Brandon and Brent, how old are they?
Brandon's, what is he, 19 or 20?
Okay,
Brent is in 20s. 25, I guess. I don't know. He doesn't communicate with her that often.
okay.
Very rarely. So I
So you left the sardine can and drove around for another 30 to 40 minutes?
yeah, 'cause we didn't get back here. I don't even know what time it was. It was late. 2:30. Trying to. Yeah, it was a while. I mean.
And then you guys drove his car back?
Yep.
Okay,
And at that point, I mean, I thought she was just upset, going her own way. I wasn't concerned, just more. I was upset. I was until basically noon today. The second time I got up with Dylan, like 10. I guess it was like 10:30. I got done feeding him and wondering that she wouldn't sleep that late, and she'd be obviously hurting from not pumping the breast milk. That's
Well, just close your
just those
eyes and look.
two things alone, and leaving Dylan, she just wouldn't do that. It doesn't talk to you?
What's that?
It doesn't talk to you?
He sent me a text.
Yeah. I guess he wouldn't have any
No.
access to any hospital stuff, or you guys would probably like contact the hospitals and stuff.
yeah,
Alright.
yep.
Did you stay over here last night, Greg?
No.
Oh, okay.
I was the only one that stayed here.
Oh,
Dylan.
gotcha.
Did you tell Dallas when you got home that you guys kind of got into it and she took off walking?
I mean, yeah, I mean, we didn't really get into a fight or anything either. It was just like, she just all of a sudden like flipped the switch and
Okay.
was upset at me, and I didn't see it coming at all, and I mean, just told her I hadn't heard from Nikki and she hadn't heard from her. I mean,
Okay.
and I would say Dallas would probably have been the first person she would have contacted last night, because she's always very concerned about Dylan, and even if she was mad at me, she'd still contact him and find out about Dylan.
Right. How would you say, for the most part, I mean, your relationship is with her? Do you get along for the most part? And last night,
Yeah.
last night was a flip of the switch, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she does that from time to time. It's just,
You get along very well, you get along well, I mean, what would you say?
fair to well, depends on the day. I mean, overall well. Oh, and Brent's phone number,
Yeah,
370-0169,
thank you.
and she says she doesn't know of anybody that she would possibly contact. That's her sister.
Okay.
Is she working a wedding over at the Ravine?
I didn't ask her.
Alright,
Got her other friend Caitlin, I think, that she's always close to, or was. Heather contacted her, didn't hear from her. And there's a Haley, but I don't know. Doesn't really talk to too many people socially at all. I mean, especially in here in the past year.
You checked downstairs too, right?
I mean, I didn't go in the back storage rooms or anything, I guess, but,
She would've
yeah.
came in,
She would've-
finished off downstairs, so.
She wouldn't have been able to, I mean, unless she got a ride, but, do you guys contact taxi services and?
yeah, we'll contact Sardine Can and pretty much everything and everybody. I mean, we don't, this is a pretty
Walking
push.
Is Dylan's name DYLAN?
Yes.
What's his middle initial?
D.
Triple D.
Oh,
Chuck, does she use that Google or whatever that is, that?
No, I don't think she even has a account or that app on her phone.
what's Dylan's birthday?
August 10th, that's mine. October 29th,
Yep.
2015.
And she has 2 kids with
Brian.
Brian.
Mm-hmm.
You check those back rooms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I assume you checked the other 2 bedrooms?
You did a full walkthrough of the house?
And check the closets upstairs, Is there any way, I don't know if you can get like a Facebook account or anything like that? I don't.
Do you know her password?
I don't know her password.
What's her Facebook name?
It's Nikki Meyer. Nikki Danielle, actually. On Facebook. Yeah, it's Nikki Danielle Meyer. It's full Facebook. Under Green Bay Public Schools.
You said Brian lives with his parents in...
Swallow. It's,
How would you get there? Do you know how to get there?
it's way down Belt, almost to County B.
Okay.
I don't know that it's,
Off of Belt Avenue somewhere?
Yeah.
Harbor Lights Road? Harbor Lights is,
Do you know,
it's not towards the bay, yeah, it's west.
oh, it's west?
do you know
Yeah.
their names?
Her mom's name is Jane. His mom's name is Jane. I don't know the dad.
That's right. Same last name, Vanderheyden?
Yep, and it's in one of the a nice subdivision, kind of where Dennis used to live back.
Off of White Pine or Whiskey?
Yeah, I think it is off of White Pine, possibly. Not that the house, no, that doesn't. kinda if you went, like, on the back, went through like Stream Road, like that way, you know? Went back south.
That far out, Stream Road's down the way. Down
It's,
the a long way.
it's a ways out, west, yeah.
I have to ask this, I know we talked about this briefly, but you said she mentioned suicide twice in the past. Do you actually believe she could be suicidal?
Yeah, I mean, possibly.
Tell me why
She
you think that.
says, well, she had said a couple of years ago, she had taken a bunch of pills, supposedly, I think go to the hospital or anything, that she.
Is this her Facebook? Nikki Danielle?
Yep,
Blair?
yep.
Why do you think she could be now?
I don't know, I think it's just been a little bit being cooped up in the house a lot and not doing much, and she hasn't had much of a social life at all. That's kind of the reason we were out last night, she wanted to, and that's what I kind of think it is, more, and she doesn't do much, and she's kind of cooped up in the house.
What do you mean?
Constantly taking care of Dylan. It's just been more recently since Dylan's been born. It was like it's the switch then. That she was more showed more signs of a little depression, postpartum depression, whatever.
She made the comment one time to me, she said,
Who's this guy?
That's Dustin, one of their friends.
Oh, okay.
she made the comment.
Yeah, he wasn't there last night, but
When I get upset, or if I'm feeling depressed, she goes, I usually like to just go for a walk,
Okay,
you know?
okay.
And I said, well, yeah, that always
Where you at?
usually helps to get a little fresh air. I mean, not in the middle of the night in the crazy part of town, but
Sure. You said the switch flipped when she had Dylan. You think that
yeah, I
that
mean
she
that's
has.
when she had none of those signs of that really.
Sure.
And then,
So you said you think this could be part of it. Do you think that she could be suicidal right now? Do you think that there's a possibility that she took her own life?
I mean, there's a possibility. I don't think so, but I mean, there is a possibility.
Okay.
I mean, we were together, what day was it that we all went for baby pictures?
She gets really worked up and upset. Yeah, Wednesday, right?
Where she,
Or was that Thursday? I don't remember. I'd have to look. It was either Wednesday or Thursday that we went. And she, you know, I was there with her, you know, she seemed totally fine.
Yeah, I mean,
But
it had been totally fine. I mean,
she seems totally, I mean, mother-wise into Dylan, I mean.
Sure.
yeah, I mean, that's #1 priority. I mean, even if she is upset with me, I mean, she's not gonna, she'd always be gonna be taking care of Dylan.
Okay.
I mean, a few arguments we've had have been nothing lasting, nothing like heated. She is more like she'll make stuff up with that. I'm talking to the girls and stuff like that, and I'm not coming home. And I went to, he was working and went to let his dog out the other night, like a week ago or two. And a half hour after I'm gone, I get the text that, are you staying there? Are you not coming home tonight? I'm like, what are you talking about, you know?
Right. Okay.
I don't know where she gets that. Like kind of like making things up.
She accuses you of things that just simply aren't true.
Yeah. Where is this coming from? You know, and she won't have an answer.
Do you try to?
So I mean, that's my a little bit of mental issues, I would say, with that, but
Sure. Have you ever tried to reassure her? And if so,
Yeah.
how does that turn out for you?
I mean, Well, usually, I mean,
She
I
responds
tell
well
her
to
there's,
it?
there's nobody else, there never has been, and I mean,
And she responds well to that?
yeah, I mean, for the most part, yeah.
Okay. All right. Have you ever,
I mean, she constantly thinks I'm kind of yelling at her when I'm not,
have you guys ever gotten physical with each other?
No. And that's another thing, she'll say that I'm abusive and all this, and I never have been.
Okay.
She, when I kind of get on her a little bit about like picking some stuff up and stuff like that, and she thinks that I'm like yelling at her, and I'm not. I don't know. So I mean, it's been choppy here for, well, kind of since Dylan's been born, but it was like the switch was flipped a little bit into that depression since he's been born, or a couple weeks after.
Well, the babies has you up all the time.
Yeah, not getting good sleep at all, and
The baby sleeps in their room.
no social life really whatsoever too. I mean,
Sure.
No.
doesn't have friends over. I mean, Dallas and Haley and her sister have, I think, pretty much been the only people she's ever had over here as far as in hanging out. She likes to go for rollerblading and for walks with Dylan. That's pretty much all she does.
And that's only been really recent because the weather was cuck-up.
Yeah. I mean, even when she's been upset with me, still will maintain contact. Never been a different case. I mean, for more than like an hour,
Right.
I mean, I just saw, she did say one time, when, likes to run away from the group though, had a history of that in the past, like she did that like in Milwaukee or something, I guess. Not with me, years ago.
Like she left a group that she was out
Yeah.
with? Okay. Okay. Like the
That's
bar
like,
scene?
no, I think this is even like when, maybe under 21 type deal.
Okay.
I remember seeing a story about that. She does kind of have that attitude that she's get up and go. That's why I'm sure Aaron was being nice to her, I'm sure, and she just wouldn't stop and kept going last night.
Sure. Alright, so this is what I'm going to have you do, Doug. If you can take, come and have a seat here. I'm going to have you read this over. Goofy questions, but you can read and write, correct?
What's that?
You can read and write, correct? Okay. I'm going to have you read this out loud to me. If I notice that there's anything where I need to make some changes just so it sounds right, I might do that. If I have anything spelled wrong. It's generally, it's a synopsis of what we talked about today, and then I'll give it back to you. I just have to. Alright.
What Kayla spelled wrong, does that matter?
Once we get to it, I'll spell it correctly. Can you read it out loud to me?
Yep, on 5/21/2016, I Douglas Detrie. My name has 2 S's, but
No, that's important.
Yep. I'm giving Sergeant Tracy Stephens a statement of my own free will. I contacted the Brown County Sheriff's Office on 5/21/4:37 p.m. to report that my girlfriend and mother of my child, Nicole Vanderheyden, is missing. I call Nikki for short. She goes by Nikki all the time, like to all her friends.
Okay.
Nicole and I had been dating for 1.5 years. Nicole has lived with me at 2329 Berkeley Road, Depew, Wisconsin for the past 9 months. We have a 6-month-old son named Dylan.
Is it Ann?
Yep.
Oh, sorry about that.
Last evening, 5:20, Nicole and I had a friend named Dallas Kennedy watch our son while we went out for a night with friends. I drove us in our Nissan Maxima, black in color, to the watering hole. And watering holes.
Oh.
Yep.
God.
I think it's actually called the Sandlot. I mean,
No, it does.
I always call it the watering hole, but I think that's a new.
Where is it? Is it in Green Bay or Howard?
That's the one over by,
It's a big place with a big volleyball place.
yeah, right across from that Harley Davidson invest.
Okay.
Right over there, across the street.
Yeah, it's a real big place. They have,
Big volleyball.
big volleyball, and that's where the
Cool.
concert
In a building.
with a big
Is it
pond.
right by the? Okay, I was just gonna say it's right by the quarry.
Duck Creek there.
Yeah, they had the.
Duck Creek there.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been the watering hole for a long time, and the Sandlot place, I think it's just a new concert venue name or whatever that they hold. Like
That's
they
attached to the building, same thing.
Oh, it's the same. They just have it in the volleyball court area,
Right.
Well, once we get.
which is
keep going.
huge.
We'll keep going. I changed it to the Sandlot, and then as we find more watering holes down below, I will
Okay, yeah.
change it. Sorry, go ahead.
To watch a band, the majority of friends that we met are my friends that we've known for decades. The friends that met us at the Sandlot were Aaron Klinsky, and Spielberg, Crystal Kane, Darcy Lipsky, Mike Lepsy, and Greg Matthew. We arrived at the Sandlot at approximately 8 p.m. Nikki and I were together, hanging out with friends all night. We were all drinking alcohol except Mike, as he was our designated driver. In order to get served alcohol, we had to show our driver's license and a band at our wrist with a print bracelet. Yep.
I think I noticed there's a.
And Nikki does, that's one thing she does. Her driver's license, the one she has, is expired on it.
Okay.
I don't know if that matters, I guess, but
Would she have that on her?
that's the one she had on her. So
Okay.
as the night went on, we were listening to the band, and as the band ended, I stood in line for the bathroom. I believe Nikki went to the bathroom and went outside with our friends. I called her, and she sent me a nasty text that said, "What bitch you with?" She and I talked briefly, and I confronted her about the nasty text, and she questioned who I was talking to in the bar, and had a conversation by telling her I would see her at the sardine can. This was the next destination that we planned to head to. Nikki was with Crystal, Mike, Aaron, and Darcy, and Mike was driving them to the sardine can. I believe that's the case. That's
Okay. Then
I just had text Aaron because he had just said those 4 girls that were with. That was on when Nikki had left. I asked him if Mike was still.
So Nikki was with Crystal, Mike, Aaron, and Darcy, and Mike was driving them to the sardine can, I believe. I got this information from Aaron
Yep.
via text or via phone call? Via telephone?
Yeah. And then Nikki had said she was with them too. And I just had kind of assumed that I knew they all came together, so I kind of just assumed that they were all there. Everybody that wasn't with me, that was
Right.
still with them.
Alright, so I added, got this information from Aaron via telephone, and Nikki told me she was with them.
Yep.
And I assumed that they were all traveling together to the sardine can.
I remained at the Sandlot for approximately.
I'm gonna just do this just because it's a lot of stuff going on.
Yep. I remained at the Sandlot for approximately 20 to 30 minutes before we actually left and drove to the sardine can. I knew Nikki was upset, and I called her, and she wouldn't talk to me on the phone, but she did answer the telephone. Greg Matthew was with me, and he took the phone and started talking to Nikki because she wouldn't tell me where she was. She was rambling and wouldn't tell wouldn't tell me.
She was.
And would say that it was like 7, and she was very drunk. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the drunkest and full-on drunk, I'd say Nikki was like a 7 or 8. She was not full-on drunk, and she just rambled and was angry with me. Greg attempted to talk to her to find out where she was, and she wouldn't tell Greg where she was. She was very angry at me. Greg handed me the phone, and this is the last time I spoke with Nikki, and the time was 12:36 a.m. I tried calling Nikki's phone numerous times and got the phone directly to voicemail. I called her all night in the early morning hours, approximately 3 a.m., and I got her direct voicemail every time. Well, I wasn't driving, but while I was driving with Greg, it was flagging.
No, it's,
I don't know, Greg wasn't drinking either, so
I ain't worried
that
about
was, yeah, that was just something, the previous statement that,
what kind of car does he have?
what is that, a Buick something? Park Avenue or something? That old, like, it's like 80s, 90s Buick or whatever.
It says Ultra on the back end.
Ultra?
Yeah, it says Ultra on the back end,
I think
but it
it's
looks like a
Buick.
Buick
It's the one right
It's a-
here?
Yeah, it's a Buick, I don't know.
Okay.
And this Buick, the sardine can, Greg and I drove around the area, on Maple and Howard Streets, because I was told by Aaron Quincy that this was where she left them. Darcy, Crystal, Angela Comer, and Jessica Cutler after visiting the sardine can. Aaron texted me today at 3 p.m. I saw her last on the corner of Howard Street and Maple Avenue. She went south on Maple Avenue. I tried my best to get her to come back. Greg and I drove around the area of Howard and Maple Street for approximately 30 to 40 minutes looking for Nikki because I knew this area is sketchy. We could not find her. I tried calling her numerous more times and went directly to voicemail. We drove around from like 12:30 to 1 a.m. That is right here.
Oh, sorry. Makes a big difference.
And then Greg and I went to the sardine can to ask if anyone had seen Nikki, and we were at the sardine can for approximately 30 minutes. We asked numerous bar patrons if they had seen the younger blonde girl, and they seemed to know her name and called her Nikki, but I didn't know these people. The guy that I saw say Nikki's name was in his mid to late 20s, male, white. It's possible that I could have been one of Nikki's brother's friends. Brent is 19, Brandon is 19 or 20 years old, and
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yep.
and Brent is approximately 25 years old. I don't know where that's accurate or not, but
Approximate, that's,
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I put you all the way to the
oh,
top.
okay. We left the sardine can and drove around for another approximately 30 to 40 minutes looking for Nikki. We could not find her. We didn't get home to my house until 2:30 a.m. Dallas left after I got home, and Greg went home also. I told Dallas that I hadn't heard from Nikki, and Dallas said that she didn't hear from her either. I believe that Dallas is the first person that Nikki would contact, and she didn't. I thought Nikki was upset with me, and I just started just doing her own thing. I figured she needed to cool off, and I wasn't that concerned for her last night. I became very worried for her well-being and safety this morning when I woke up. Nikki would never leave her son Dylan, and she was breastfeeding, and needs a pump or her breast becomes sore. I am worried about her right now. Nikki is angry, has never left angry or been gone for this long period of time. Nikki and I get along fairly too well. We get along overly well. She flipped a switch last night, and she has done this before. She gets things in her head that are not true, and she gets angry. Nikki works part-time as a substitute teacher, but it hasn't worked much since having Dylan. She also works part-time at Hogan in De Pere. She is not at work, and I've called her parents, Victoria and Stephen Meyer, her sister, Heather Meyer, Dallas Kennedy, and some of my friends, and no one has heard from Nikki today. Nikki has mentioned suicide twice in the time that we have been together, and she's never given her means, and she said
said it when she and I were arguing. I believe that Nikki could be suicidal, and she admitted to me that a couple of years ago she took some pills but never went to the hospital. I think she has been cooped up in the house with Dylan, and she hasn't had a social life after having the baby to take care of. Let's possibly add something to that.
Where are we at?
Well, you know,
What do you want to add?
I guess I think it kind of covers with the flipping the switch and head and making things up, and just gets stuff in her head and she just like runs with it.
Right, and that's what I wanted to cover is just maybe her irrationalness.
Yeah, and then like totally irrational on the phone when she was talking to Greg, and he wasn't like a phone.
Did you hear her?
No, I couldn't. She wasn't not like
Was she screaming? Okay.
Just kind of rambling, drunk, and didn't make really any sense.
Okay.
So, and then like it's like she gets to that point where you can't talk any sense anymore.
Right.
No matter what you say, it's just not getting through.
Right. Well, you tell me if that's not how you feel like.
I guess that kind of covers it.
This young girl has a lot on her plate. She's got
Sure.
3 kids.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
by the time 3 o'clock in the afternoon, she's got the other 2 come home and
She's
you know,
done.
homework and soccer and
Yep.
you know, it's kids,
Yep.
and you know.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think I don't know. This long is really worrisome.
I didn't mean to turn that on you. You need to see it.
And let's start here. All right. The switch flipped when she had Dylan. I think she has signs of postpartum depression. I think there's a possibility that she could have committed suicide. I don't think she did, but there's a possibility. She's a very dedicated mother to Dylan, and she acts irrational at times and accuses me of things that just aren't true. She's very insecure. I've never gotten into any sort of physical altercation with Nikki. We have had little arguments here and there, and it's been choppy since Dylan's been born. I try to reassure her that there's no one else in the picture, and she's accused me of this in the past. Nikki has been a homebody since having Dylan and doesn't really have much of a social life. She really only talks to her parents, her sister Heather, and her friend Dallas. I don't know if you want to add her friend Haley, be the only other person that has been here.
Haley?
Yep.
Doug, who's the person down in Sheboygan? Is that a relative?
Well, there's relatives down there, grandma, and she does have a friend in Manitowoc and their cousins down there too. But she went and visited 2 people that day that you're thinking of, Mom. She's been upset with me plenty of times in the past, and we will always stay in contact with each other. She's never gone more than an hour without contacting me. Nikki has 2 children with her ex-husband, Brian Vanderheyden. She has a 10-year-old girl named Michaela. You want?
Yeah, how do you spell that?
It's M-I-K.
Alright.
It's just A-L-A.
A-L-A? Like that?
No, with Y-L-A. Yeah.
M-I-K. A-Y-L-A?
Yep.
Okay.
And a 9-year-old boy named.
Oops, sorry. I'm gonna shut these down quick.
She has a decent relationship with Brian. They have child custody arrangement, and they are very friendly with each other. They are friendly with each other. They don't fight, or at least have never fought in front of me. Brian picked up the 2 kids from her house on Friday, May 19th at approximately 5 p.m. Brian lives with his parents in Smounco off of Velp Avenue. Brian's mother's name is Jane Vanderheyden.
Okay. All right, is that?
Do you want me to look up, I could probably, if I look at like a map, the Google Maps, I could
Yeah,
find
let's do
out
that.
where.
Even a street name.
Mm-hmm. I think it's Hidden Lake Road, Maine. You know what that is? Hidden Lake?
Right off of Bill?
Oh, it's not right off of Elp, it's
Okay, so it's.
off of
not-
St. Pat's Drive,
Okay, no, I don't know.
Hidden Lake what? Road or lane?
Lane. I believe it's,
What we can do is we can index and if we need to get a hold of
I
him.
think that, I wanna say that, I went there one time,
Okay,
and I'm pretty sure that it's like the third, fourth house on Hidden Lake there. And St. Pat's, we go all the way, almost right to the new zoo. It is out that far off of Elk.
Okay.
Yep, White Pine to St. Pat's.
So, do you know if she had any money on her, or is she just blasted?
I mean, didn't have much.
would she have a debit card or a credit card
She
or
had a
anything like that?
debit and credit card. She probably had like, I think like $80 I think she had on her, maybe 100. Didn't have much cash. She doesn't usually have much cash, so she had something working.
Can you get access to see if there was any activity on that, or on like a debit or credit card?
She's got a capital.
In this
credit
type of
union.
situation, we might have to write a warrant to be able to do that. Do you know the name of her, banking institute?
I know she has something through Capital Credit Union.
We might be able to do it for like an emergent situation, so.
I think that's the main card she uses. I think that's a debit card.
You think her banking institute is Capital?
Yep.
It's Capital Credit Union, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have access to her accounts?
I do not know.
Okay.
Are you looking with her?
Yeah,
Open that box, the book she just ordered. Would it, the invoice be on that box that would say, like MasterCard or whatever?
Maybe.
I won't say the number, but it'll say.
I know she has a Capital Credit Union account. Yeah, there's no payment information on here. I think that's through one of her friends that does like sales through like children's books.
Are you talking about the
Yeah,
package?
yeah.
Okay. All right, so this is what I just added in the end. what we discussed about earlier about, when you called, and then,
Mm-hmm.
is there any other information that you can provide or can think of right now that we want to add to the statement?
Nothing, you know, I mean,
I just have, because the school is down on a